Let's start this show by introducing you to a member of the Thumb Pickers Hall of Fame. He's a guy I've gotten to know and really like. If you ever have a chance to see him in concert, he'll not only amaze you with his playing, but he'll keep you laughing all night. Here's the long-awaited interview with Tom Bresh.
Give you the abbreviated version here. Ready?
Yeah.
Thom Bresh, one of the world's greatest thumb pickers.
Thom Bresh, we're in his room here in Modesto. Tom came in for one night in Modesto.
Yeah, with an act like mine, you got to keep traveling, you know?
You don't want to stay in a town too long?
No, sir.
And then you're going back to Nashville, right? So you came in for one night.
Yeah, one night.
So,
It'll be fun, though.
Yeah,
Fun night.
yes. Well, you're a fun guy. Now, Tom is...
Tom's father was Merle Travis, a country music legend and a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Now, you have a famous daddy, right?
Yeah, my dad famous with among the guitar players. He started all that finger picking stuff. Merle Travis was his name. From Muhlenberg County, Kentucky. Kind of talked just like that when he was talking to you. And if he wasn't talking to you, he'd sound like this. And that was my dad. Most influential guitarist of the last century. Pretty nice title being hung on him. He's in the Smithsonian Institute. He's stuffed over in aisle 2216. No, just kidding. He's over there is one of the great American folk songwriters. He's in the Country Music Hall of Fame, Songwriters Hall of Fame, the Gibson and Martin Guitars Halls of Fame, and
Hey Tom, it's Chuck Akers here. I was just talking to Bill Ivey. They're going to do a segment on Merle. He wanted me to do something, but I can't play like Merle. So I suggested that you and I do something from the album, and you play like Merle, and I'll play like me. So he may be calling you on it, but I think you need to be on there, and maybe this will help. I hope so. See you.
Yeah, he was a pretty innovative character and didn't even know it either.
You didn't know it at the time?
No, he didn't know it at any time. Grandpa Jones said, you know, he was just too humble. He said one time, it was pretty funny, he says, he said, you know, Rich, I'll go ahead and call him Rich. He said, you know, if I'd have spent as much time picking guitars as I did chasing pretty girls, I'd have been Chet Atkins.
Now, did he teach you how to play?
No, he would never. No, he would never show me anything. People ask me that all the time. I've always been able to do this thumb picking like. And he.
Now that's like his thing, right? That's what he did.
Yeah, he had his own unique style. I mean, he inspired people like Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed. They all took it their own ways, but that was, and I've always been able to do that. He'd just get a kick out of it, like he'd say to Joe Mape or something, just in his genes.
Yeah.
I've always been able to do that, where I've watched people struggle with trying to keep this thumb going. I always was able to do it as long as I can remember. Now I had to learn where to put my fingers here and here and here, and then it all became in the days, I would say, show me, and he'd say, no, you got it, just keep listening and watching. And then so what I would do is like he did. You'd listen, you'd watch, kind of get it in your head, and you'd go home and then try it yourself, try to find it. I've worn out so many Chet Atkins records and Merle Travis records, and really physically wore them out. It wasn't like today where you got a CD and a light beam on them, you got a needle, and you play them over and over and over trying to figure out, you could hear it, then you had to find it. It's like, oh, there it is now. But it's got this chord. Why get this chord, get that note, and then you'd find, oh, you do. By the time I was, 8, 9 years old, I was finger picking and everything.
There you are.
There's the first time I met Chet.
Is that right?
Yes, I was, 12 years old there. His style was unlike Chet's.
What is the difference?
Well,
can you kind of show us?
Why don't I show you?
Show us.
Okay. What Merle did is basically you're playing the bass with your thumb. In between the time you play the bass with your thumb, you strum the chords. Like now you've got strum them. Travis would strum them all the way down. Play the bass, and you're muting with instead of like this, you're muting. So now you can give it however much you want by muting with the back part of your hand here. So you're doing this, rhythm, bass, and chords. And these fingers aren't doing anything. Travis only used one finger, but I've got more, so I use them all. But Travis would go. Now, Chet didn't strum the whole chord. Chet took one note.
Nice.
And he would always alternate the bass. Like... Chet would be like much more sophistication. Very articulate. Chet was so articulate with his playing, and where Travis was, it was all feel. But that was more of what Travis would do. And then you get that thumb.
Get that thing going, huh?
When you sing like, John Henry was just a little bitty boy, no bigger than his mammy is me. His daddy looked down, little Johnny said, I was born the son of a guitar picking man, and that guarantees my right to be exactly what I am.
Thom has all the talents of his father, plus an entertaining array of his own talents.
If we made love, we'd both go crazy. We were home down road and should be hazy. Well, I'd feel like Abner and you'd be Daisy, with an ageless timeless love. Achy Breaky Heart, in my opinion, is probably the finest song to come out of Nashville in the last 10 years. Waylon and Willie would have done it really great. Well, you can tell your Paul that I moved to Arkansas, and I can tell my eyes to watch out. I sure would like to whistle a song for you if it's okay with Andy. Gomer, that'd be good. Extra good.
Yeah, starting to get respect up here, you know. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Tom, why don't you tell us about this guitar you're playing here? This is a wacky thing, man. It's like...
Well, this one is the latest thing from that. I mean, this is like a too cool guitar. It's a steel string dreadnought guitar on this side. It supports an RMC pickup system from Berkeley, California. It hits all of the Roland synthesizer gear, all the MIDI gear that Roland puts out for guitar synth, BG8, whatever, comes right out and takes care of it, and the controls are up on the top here, and it's very accessible. This is 0 fret. This has got a drop D tuner, so because I'm always doing things with a drop D, so instead of down, just flip it down into tune. I didn't want my name, but I didn't want a hole here because I wanted it to look different. I wanted maybe the steel string side to have F holes. They said, well, that'd be neat, but your arm's going to cover up the top one, and you're going to have so much wiring in this thing, it's going to show. My manager, Jim Stephanie, says, well, why don't you make a TB or something out of the hole?
Right.
And Del
Good
says, okay, I got it. Del Langyons in Holland, Michigan made this guitar. He's been making guitars for me for going on 30 years, and he's an incredible guitar maker. And he's now making them for Earl Klug. He's made them for Jerry Reed. Phil Keaggy's playing his guitars, and this is one of them. Now, this is the steel string side. I simply flip the thing over. Now, it's a whole different look. We got the hole. You got your hole. You got a drop D tuner still. However, this side, interchangeable nuts. I can pop this nut out, put another nut in. Why would I want to do that, you ask? Because this guitar used to be strictly a nylon string on the original. This one is braced. I said, if I want to put barbed wire on it, I want it to hold up and the bridge not come off for the neck snap. So it can do whatever I want. It is now a baritone guitar, and it's tuned from B down to B. Goes like this. Oh yeah, you gotta see this is the new D'Angelico 18-inch.
Yeah, 18-inch, so that's like a Super 400.
Yeah.
Boy. Man.
Yeah, you gotta hear it plugged in. You'll hear it tonight.
Man, look at the inlays there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It plays, as you know, you feel it. It plays like a dream. The D'Angelico folks talked to me about making, want to make one like Travis's, but make it a Tom Bresh model. And it's got the original type of whammy bar that my dad came up with this design. Bigsby built it, and he wanted the long whammy bar because when you play single strings down here, it sounds one way, but when you go down the neck,
so you play up here a lot. Huh?
Pretty, yeah, because it's a pretty
And then he
sound.
put his little finger in there?
Yeah, so you could do.
Cool.
Because it's a beautiful sound up in there.
Yeah.
When you're doing single string. And down here he wanted it out of his way. Chet said he liked the idea, but he wanted one that just came there that he could push out of the way. This has got retro P90 dog-eared pickups, man. They're just as healthy as the originals. And this is not finished. This is going to be all ebony with an ebony armrest.
Oh, wow.
One more switch like this will go up here. That's a kill switch. Everything's dead. Turn it, hit it again, and you're on.
This thing is beautiful.
Yeah. D'Angelico. Be out this winter. And you can have one, darling, because it'd love to have you.
What a nice history that you have.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've had just an incredible life. If I were to go today, which is possible. Well, I mean, it is, let's face it.
That's right.
I've had one hell of a life. I was brought up, it's funny in thinking about it, I was brought up with a father like Merle, my mom and my stepdad, Bud Bresh. I use his name because I never wanted to be junior or anything. And
yeah, he's the fellow that raised you.
Yeah, absolutely. And he and Travis were great friends and all of this. But I was raised on a movie ranch where they made all the westerns. When I was a little kid, I got to play with Rin Tin Tin, the dog, and pet him.
You were out in California?
Yeah. I was born in Hollywood and raised in the West San Fernando Valley.
Oh.
And brought up in this movie ranch till I was 17 years old. I mean, I played. First time I ever swam naked in any kind of water was in Robin Hood Lake, where all the Robin Hood movies. First kiss I ever got was in Fort Apache. And my clubhouse with my buddies when I was 7, 8 years old was in this man-made cave. If you shot it this way, it was a cave, and if you went over to this side and shot it, you could walk in here and then walk out there. It was like an L. But if you shot it from this way, it was a mine shaft with all the wood, but if you shoot it over here, it was like a cave. And that's where the Lone Ranger in Tonto used to ride into this cave. That was also our clubhouse. And it used to really burn me up when I get a call from Crash Corrigan, who owned the movie ranch. He'd say, "Little Tommy, you and your friends have to get your stuff out of the clubhouse because the Lone Ranger is going to be shooting here all week." And that used to really burn me up as a kid, that there's 2,200 acres and he has to use our clubhouse. And so then that would burn me up, and I would go and I'd see him shoot. So I would tell the kids at school, "I know what the Lone Ranger looks like without his mask." Right. No, I said, "Really, I do." Boy, they said, "Hey, Bresh thinks he knows what the Lone Ranger looks like with his Oh, I do. He drives an MG. I know what he looks like. He rides silver. What are you talking about?" So anyway, this kind of a life. You know, I've done the things I want to do. I've made records. I've produced records. I was nominated for a couple Grammys. I was nominated for an Academy Award as a producer. Yeah. Didn't win. Flashdance won that year. We knew it would. I am an animal trainer. This is a trained fly that I have going around. I brought it in from Nashville. It's from Indiana. That's the national bird of Indiana.
Well, thank you, Tom.
Oh, thank you, man. And good luck with with your magazine. I've learned a lot from watching your other installments. Yeah.
Hi, Rich here again. I just wanted to say thanks for checking out my videos. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And sign up for those notifications so you can see all the cool guitar videos we put out each week. If you want more lessons right now, I have hundreds of them at guitarcollegelibrary.com. Check out our low-price monthly streaming memberships. And if you want to learn jazz, check out my course, Jazz Guitar Improv. I take beginner jazz players and get them playing awesome solos on the fly. You'll see the link for the JGI course in the description below. Hey, thanks again for watching my channel. We'll see you again real soon with a new video.